What's up, people? I've decided to shoot this particular video in fantastic 4K. But what that means is my video editing software may not be able to separate out the audio channel. I might not be able to splice clips together. I might not be able to import my microphone audio into the track from my phone. So you guys might just get outstanding GoPro audio by the end of all this. It just depends. Also, if the file is too awfully large and won't fit on my tablet, you may never even see this video, because if it becomes too much of a hassle, I will not be posting it, and I will go back to HD, which is, in my opinion, pretty much good enough. You know, I don't know how much more quality we're going to get out of 4K anyway. I do know it's 16 times harder to deal with. So 16 times more of a pain in the ass. And we'll see if that has any benefit to the channel. And if it does, we'll keep it. And if it's too costly, we won't. I forgot to zip up on my left side. And granted, that's not really an issue right now. It's actually pretty warm. It's about 43 degrees. Tonight it's going to get quickly, like right after work, it's going to drop below freezing by like 4:30, which is typically when I get off work. It will be freezing already, and then it will get much worse, and then tomorrow we're probably going to see some snow. So that's where the weather is in Evansville right now. Trying to pedal, because between pedaling and it being colder, my body will burn more calories. Granted, I just did eat like 4 cookies. Had myself a breakfast of bagel, sausage, and eggs, and topped with pancake syrup for some reason. So I've definitely got a sweet tooth, people. The only way to counteract my sweet tooth, though, is to ride, because I am definitely hardcore addicted to sugar. Yet again, I gave up caffeine last year, so no caffeine for me. Like, I don't even drink tea or coffee. I do, however, in social occasions, I will have like a caffeinated beverage, depending, and then I feel bad about it. But man, the focus that comes with it, and the euphoria and the dopamine, it's like, woo! But I know that's a slippery slope. I used to drink 12 soda pops a day, 12 Mountain Dews a day, and actually, I'll tell you what, I don't even think I was that bad off, because I see some of my friends drinking Monster energy drinks, or extremely caffeinated coffee style drinks, and I'm like, man, I wasn't really that bad to begin with. But with my hypertension and different aspects, I did give up caffeine. I'm trying to cut back on sodium, but man, it's hard, because corned beef is so good. I had corned beef last night. Had about 2,000 milligrams of sodium off of that, because corned beef is pretty much all salt. It's how it goes. It's how it goes. You cheat on your goals. It just is what it is. I love this Ariel rider bike. Granted, it's the best e-bike I've ever been on. If I test rode a few, I might not be so keen on it. Actually, currently I've been, I'm a big dreamer. I like to look at e-bikes, so I've looked at Denzels and Onyxes and Hucks and some different things, and then I look at my wallet, and honestly, I think what I'm going to do eventually, a long time down the road, is my next e-bike will actually be this e-bike. I'll just buy an upgrade kit. I know where to get them for under $2,000 for an entire setup to make this particular bike more like an electric motorcycle, get a 5,000 watt motor. And then, though, alongside of that, I will probably get a slower e-bike as well. And because of, I think that there's different reasons to own a bicycle versus basically at that point it will be an electric motorcycle. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I think they have different purposes. So I will definitely need to have another bike on hand after I do that. Probably just like an Ariel Rider X Class 52 volt, because they don't sell the 48 anymore. So, but that doubles my cost. So the question is, what do I really want? Do I really want an electric motorcycle? Is that what I'm looking to do? And you know, you always need the number of bikes that you have plus one more bike. So I mean, saying, hey, I'm just going to do the electric motorcycle upgrade and be done, that's a dream in and of itself. As soon as I get that upgrade done, I'll be like, I need another bike. So the question is, do I just want to get a newer e-bike eventually? Do I want to do the motorcycle upgrade to this bike and then get another bike? That's probably what the answer really is. I'll probably do the upgrade. Then I'll be like, man, I wish I could do some of the stuff I was doing. Which granted, you know, if you put on low enough pedal assist, maybe it'll still fit the bill. Maybe it'll still fit the bill. But, like, I would be a lot more comfortable destroying this bicycle as is than destroying this bicycle after I pump another $2,000 in it. So, let's say I do the motorcycle upgrade. I'm probably going to be a lot more timid about hitting some of the hills that I hit and some of the features that I hit, because of breaking a you know, $1,800 bike with a few upgrades here and there is a lot more tenable than breaking a $4,000 or $4,500 bike, however much it ends up being total cost. And you know, the bike will never be worth more than what I bought it for. Like, even if I sold it with this extra battery, okay, that does change things. The extra battery is probably worth about $350, even though it's used. But as far as getting full retail value, or even expecting to get more value because of the mods I've done, that's ridiculous. The more you mod your bike, the less you're making it worth. And I don't care how cool your bike becomes. It might be the ultimate bike for you, but when people are looking to buy an e-bike, they pretty much want stock. And the closest you have it to stock, the better. The lower miles, the better. And the more maintenance you did on it, the better. So if you've done all kinds of mods to your bike like I have, you know, if I were to have to sell this bike today as is, I would expect what I paid for it, if I include the second battery and the battery blender and the tires. I mean, just because I did a bunch of stuff to it doesn't mean it's going to be worth that much more to another person. And you have to realize that if you're looking to resell e-bikes, or if you're trying an e-bike and you're not sure if it's right for you, and you hope to get near what you paid for it back, that river is higher today than it was yesterday. Oh my gosh. But anyway, if you're looking to get what you paid for it back, then you got to keep it as close to stock as possible. Or if you do an upgrade, you might get a little more money out of it, but only if that's like a battery upgrade. Only if you do like a massive battery upgrade. And even then, at the most, you'll get 75% of whatever the cost of that upgrade was tacked on to about 95% the cost of the bike. So it's not like you're going to make money. You're not going to make money trying e-bikes and reselling them. Anytime you resell an e-bike, it's probably a losing proposition. Or you're a scam artist. Or you're getting more than the bike is worth. You scam somebody. Which good for you. You know, then they learned they could have bought it from ArielRider.com for less money. Same exact bike, only newer, and imagine how happy they would be with you then. It's a beautiful day today. It's a shame it's going to snow tomorrow. Unless it snows a lot, then I'll be happy. Chances are we're going to get some Midwest ledge. I have to be careful going through here. You always may want to make sure that the people turning left saw you coming up with the walk sign on. Because I'm sorry, if they're turning left and that walk sign is on and you're behind them, like far enough behind them where they don't have a reasonable expectation to have seen you across the street on the sidewalk, it's your responsibility to slow down and wait for those people turning left to turn left before you go. And granted, if they were to hit me with that walk sign on, I don't know what the law is specifically. I do know you're supposed to walk your bike across streets, or that's what we were taught in school. I know that seems like an unreasonable thing. So I'm not sure how that would go legally with the walk sign on and the left turn sign on, and they don't see you because you were coming up from behind on the opposite side of the street. I just don't know how lawyers would reconcile that accident. I mean, I'll tell you what, as an e-bike rider, I think it would be your fault. So don't admit fault if you want to win the case. Remember, you're never responsible. You are never ever responsible to incriminate yourself. Oh yeah, they actually got the trail closed thing up today because the water got high or whatever. They didn't even have that up yesterday. The water is much higher today. Much higher. Much higher. You guys. And now look, the broken bench there. Creates no obstacle at all. I promise you. Wow. Like yesterday the water was high. Today the water is... Wow, I don't know if I've seen it this high before. That means I might have another couple interesting skips to do. Yeah, this is pretty much as high as I've ever seen this river, I think. It's not a river, it's a creek. We're at Pigeon Creek. That connects to the Ohio River. However, in my mind, it's all kind of part of the river. You know, it's bodies of water, they're connected. River is river. Let's see how close it is to this one. Wow. I know you guys aren't nearly as amazed as I am. But, that's pretty remarkable. bigger crank set. The sad thing is it's pretty much dry like everywhere else. Why didn't I hit the hills today? Yesterday there were people. I was worried about the people for the mountains. Today, what was I looking at? I don't know. You always go where you look. I wasn't looking out for the feature I wanted to hit, and I skipped it. Oh well. It's not punky at all today. However, I don't know how high up the river's going to be at certain little reservoir parts. Sucks when I have a little bit of momentum and then I'm breathing hard. My visor becomes completely steamed and I have to lift my visor and lose momentum. Like I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I could have kept pedaling, but I didn't. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, this is like, if that was any higher, that's almost unpassable right there on this bike. That slope is pretty extreme at parts, and you can't trust it all the way out to the edge. So, that's a smart move, skipping that. That's the part I was actually worried about right there, is passing that part, which that looks more passable than what we saw before. Yeah, how high it is on this side. I was half thinking about going this side too, but look at that. Ooh, all kind of, whatchamacallit, like sketchy propositions. Get your sketchy proposition going. Have some sketch. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm not able to hit that feature the same way today, am I? Wow. If you guys watched yesterday's video, I usually come down at a pretty steep angle there and then come back up. Today, that steep angle was water. Oh my goodness. I guess now we know why the hill's so high, huh? That is no joke. No joke. God damn it. This phone mount. Like, Daddy Bike disappointed, phone mount. Do better. Nah, actually, it's just the weird shape of these particular bars. Like, combined with, you know, it's just the fatness down here, right there. There's no good way to attach a phone mount on here, hardly. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Literally just 3 feet away from the water's edge right there. Oh shit, I don't have time. I don't have time. I checked the time earlier. Yeah, I don't have time. Hello. Truck versus LEYE biker. Truck wins. No question. Only illegal because I was going the wrong way on the one-way. That was a one-way street. I was going the wrong way. If I was on the trail, I'd be okay, but since I skipped out into the street, that was no bueno. Put this on cruise control mode. Call for fall specials. Yeah, I had a Goodman furnace. Apparently it had been installed in my house. A Goodman HVAC unit had been installed in my house for about 12 years maybe. Anyway, just long enough to be out of warranty, more or less. Like, I think they have a 10-year warranty. And the AC had leaked down onto the furnace and had destroyed everything. So I had to replace the AC because it was leaking so bad it destroyed furnaces, and had to replace the furnace because it was destroyed. So altogether, it's just a huge bill. Huge bill. Big setback. But they took the extra precautions, got a different unit in there. Don't buy Goodman. Wait, do not buy Goodman. Hi, guy. What you doing? What's up, guy? Always be recording. Anyway, don't buy Goodman units. They suck. Enough said. You'll have them right after the warranty expires, and then you'll be SOL, I believe is the eloquent term for it. I'm gonna turn left here. Hey, I just did what that car back there did. Different reason, but still, I suck. Hopefully the guy behind me is recording. Same reason, actually. Not sure where you're going. That's the reason behind that behavior. That's why I wasn't, like, throwing a rage tantrum. Kinda. I didn't really have that much empathy, let's be honest. I was more like, what were they doing? But I tried to restrain myself on the camera. And again, the guy behind me, he should be, what's this e-bike guy doing? You know, you should question it whenever people don't know what they're doing. Don't know where they're going. And usually I'm a lot meaner than that. I just assume everyone behind the wheel of any other vehicle is a complete moron, and I'm the genius who has to make the right moves to avoid a wreck. Everyone else is a complete idiot. I'm in control of the entire situation. I have to anticipate what they're going to do, and then I should be fine. Anyway. Oh boy. But yeah, the worst thing you can do after you're an adult and you're not dealing with your parents anymore is don't self-incriminate yourself for anything you do as an adult. Like, it's just not worth it. Be perfectly honest with your wife or with your significant other about what's going on. Tell them the absolute truth. But when it comes to anyone else, you do not have to incriminate yourself. It's up to them to do the discovery. And I'm not saying I'm a big criminal, but you know, like, I think I ate all the cookies. You know, my kids, they'll come at me. It's like, who ate all these cookies? The right thing to do. Keep your mouth quiet. Let them make their own discoveries. Daniel, did you eat all the cookies? No. Malcolm, did you eat all the cookies? No, it wasn't me. I had like 5. Who ate all these cookies? We had a whole bunch left. Maybe it was mom or dad. Maybe. And then they'll weigh that in their head. Well, what am I going to do if it was mom or dad who bought the cookies to begin with? And they were sharing cookies with us. And then they'll back off. But if the kids go, who ate all these cookies? And you go, I ate all the cookies. They were delicious. Again, what are they going to do? But it just makes you out to be... like now you gotta defend yourself, Dad, or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, but it applies to a bigger field than that. Like, what if it was roommates? What if they're not your kids? What if it was roommates? Or what if it was a different situation where you'd done a different thing? You know, what's the level of wrong? You know, it's like, don't self-incriminate. Hire a lawyer or something, or just say nothing. Leave it alone. Especially, you know, at work, at home, in your business dealings. What business dealings? I don't really have a lot going on anyway. But, you know, say nothing. Like, it's up to them. It's up to them to come up with the evidence. It's not up to you to provide them with the evidence. Find the dang empty cookie jar. That's up to you. That's up to you. Do I always do the right thing? No. Since it's not always possible to always do the right thing, don't get caught. And it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. These are the rules. Always do the right thing. Since it's impossible to always do the right thing, don't get caught when you do the wrong thing. And always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Get some salt on my roads for tomorrow's snow. It will be snowing tomorrow. I don't usually take this sidewalk because worst sidewalk ever. Look at this. Ain't that the sidewalk you grew up with in like the 80s? This is the sidewalks of my childhood right here. That's exactly what I remember. Up we go. Alrighty, people. Be careful out there. Do the right thing. Lunchtime is over.